Welcome to Fighting Favorites, the podcast that feels like a Chicka Cola.
A what?
Bless you.
You got? Am I the only Savage Garden fan here?
What is that?
I think the answer is yes.
I like to laugh when I'm not supposed to. I think a sunset's best with a pink hue. I love to dance and I like fondue. But my favorite thing in the world is talking with you.
Like a Chicka Cola. You guys don't know that song?
Judging by the amount of crickets that I just heard.
Oh
What?
my
Can you
God.
sing more of it?
Every time. The problem is that like I don't think the lyrics are like it's one of those songs where like you just kind of let it wash over you, and like the lyrics are not like they're not really enunciating super well. But the song is like
Oh yeah. Sweet like Chicka Cola, yeah.
like a Chicka Cola, and then it's like
That sounds familiar. Oh, yeah.
Okay, well,
Okay.
No,
what the
actually
podcast
I
is
don't know.
like,
Please
isn't
keep going, Adam.
Yeah. People are baffled and confused. That's what our
I
podcast
literally
is
think
like.
I could.
I'm impressed.
I
Yeah.
literally think if I sang like that
This is
entire
giving-
song, I would get 8 of the words right. Like because it's
No.
just so incoherent. What?
Yeah.
This is
Doesn't
giving
make
the
any
same time, like you said, when you're like, you guys ever act like you don't know the words, but you actually know all the words?
No,
'Cause that's how
it's-
it's sounding right now.
This one is literally like go listen to it. Don't look at the lyrics. Just go listen to. I think it's actually called
Actually,
"I
no,
Want
let me
You."
read them really quick. I'm just going to read the first block here. Anytime I need to see your face, I just close my eyes, and I am taking to a place where your crystal mind and your magenta feelings take up shelter
Okay,
in
this
the
is-
base of my spine. Sweet like
All right, so
So this is the reason that I can't understand anything that they're saying. Is it's nonsensical, but
Yes.
it's
magenta
It's
feelings
still-
in the base of my spine.
it's still a bop.
That isn't modern poetry.
It's
I don't
still
know
a bop.
what it is.
so the podcast is nonsensical.
Yes, it's
Okay.
nonsensical.
Thank you, Alli, for bringing that
and
back.
and
Let's bring it all around.
speaking of which, give
Speaking
a
of nonsense.
warm podcast welcome to our guest, Alli Brock, here on the podcast again.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod, friendest of the pod. She made a special request to come back, and she it's one of those.
I was the top requested.
yeah.
Yes,
It's
to come back.
Yeah.
What
I think
are you
it was-
talking about?
I think it's one of those things
The,
where
the people were clamoring.
she had so many favorite things where it's like when you make leftovers for something and you're just like, I just got to get
Yeah,
rid of
before
these.
they go
And so
bad,
she's,
you know?
yeah, so
I
she's
gotta get
trying
rid of
to, she's just like, I don't want these to go to waste. I just need to get rid of them. Can you take them off my hands, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So she, we
These aren't
combined.
the deep chest type,
Yeah.
frozen favorite things. They're in the
Yeah.
fridge.
They've been in the
We-
freezer.
They need to get eaten, you
Yeah.
know.
You guys are really building our podcast up tonight now, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Leftovers.
Well,
Yeah.
it's actually tonight is actually going to be me first. So next week will be Alli's things. She wanted, I don't know, some mental prep time, I guess, to
Warm up.
Yeah, warm. She wants to
Yeah,
warm
yeah,
up.
yeah. Yeah.
She wants to give
You guys
her
do this
things
every
their
week.
due.
Find the groove.
That's
an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a judge is easier. It is an easier job.
Yeah.
But also with us today, we've got Stacy and Nate on the pod as well.
Yeah, we do. Let's
Here
just
they
speed
are.
through that. Yeah, here we are, guys. Yeah.
Here
Seen
they
us
are.
a handful of times.
Still
you
here,
know,
still here.
We got caught up in the lyrics, and then I forgot that I was recording a podcast, and it just felt like pre-show, our
Banter.
pre-show banter.
Yeah.
And then I
I'm
was
sorry,
like, oh, we already
was-
started.
Yeah.
So Stacy and Nate are here, and
Yeah.
this is our podcast, Fighting Favorites, where the favorites are always fighting. And what we do on this podcast is we take 16 of our favorite things in the world, and we put them in a tournament-style bracket, and we face them off against each other to see what can make its way to the top. And, we find each other along the way. And it's really about learning about your friends. That's what I've decided.
The real favorites.
Not about how many friends follow you or
Yeah.
listen. It's
Well,
about
it better,
getting to know
it better
your
not
friends.
be about that, because if it is,
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but this podcast is really just a way to trick my friends into hanging out with me for a couple hours every couple of weeks. So that was
fair.
my real goal.
Bravo.
Was
I
to
like
just
it. Yeah.
get my friends to
Manipulate your
tap into
friends
me. Yeah,
Mhm.
manipulate my
and make
friends.
money off of them.
And, well, that
How's it
again,
happen,
Allie,
Allie?
it can't be about that, because
Yeah.
if it's about that, then I'm a failure.
Adam, why are you just like rolling around like Scrooge McDuck in a giant pit
Is
of
that
gold right
getting
now?
Right.
on the
Yeah.
video camera?
Is,
Okay,
is some
well,
of that supposed to be? Is some of
Nope.
that
No,
coming
no,
to? us?
that's,
okay. Got
on
it.
loan from Scrooge himself.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, with that amazing intro
That
into our
was an intro.
podcast
That's,
and the lackluster response
Allie
to Cherry
and my
Cola,
faces are in disbelief.
we're gonna dive right into 16 of my favorite things in the world, starting with finding a healthy recipe that tastes amazing versus building something really cool with Legos.
Ooh.
Laughed.
Wow.
Okay.
Allie knows already.
I've never
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
I've never tasted anything good that was healthy. I feel like is what Ollie's gonna say. Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
Three.
I would-
no, we'll debate later. Three, 2, 1. A healthy recipe.
Legos.
Legos.
I never
moving
built
on.
with Legos.
Never.
No.
I'm not good at it, but I appreciate when other people are.
Oh
good at
yeah.
it.
I
Yeah.
know that you could be good. I mean, you can be good. There was literally a
Can be
competition show
phenomenal.
about it.
Elf. I just watched
Hosted
that 2
by
times in a row.
Will Arnett.
Arnett. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I would argue that the like dinner that I had tonight was healthy and yummy. It was just roasted chicken and potatoes and green beans.
But you'd rather have Legos.
I think I'd rather have Legos.
Yeah.
I mean,
It really is a toss up, but I don't know. I'm also imagining building Legos with like because I don't have any Legos now. So if I'm building Legos, it's like with my nieces and nephews, which is fun. So.
It's just really nice when you get like that meal that's like, you're like, oh, I could eat a lot of this. Like I could keep eating this over and over again, and I would not get tired of it. But
if you were up against a healthy meal that was good, but like a better meal that wasn't as healthy, your favorite,
Yeah,
it just depends. It depends on where
Which
my
one makes you feel
self-esteem
better,
is at
this
the
one?
moment.
That's very true.
If my self-esteem is very high and I'm looking real hot, then I'm like, yeah, absolutely,
Bring it on.
I'll take a burger. But if my self-esteem is low, then I'm like sad eating the burger, and I don't like that feeling.
Yes.
Sad
Yeah.
So
I would rather eat something that tastes bad and is healthy than something that is really bad for you and unhealthy.
Stacey,
I hate eating like
one of
buttery,
are
creamy potatoes. I'm
Stacey,
like, no, just
this was
put.
one of the first things we ever talked about. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Really?
This is one of the first conversations we
friendships.
ever had, was that we were talking about how we like convince ourselves in our brains that we
Yeah.
like healthy food. Like,
Yeah, well, now I've convinced myself long enough
we
that I do.
No, but we like literally like have convinced ourselves that we like how healthy food tastes because it's healthy for us, and not necessarily because it tastes good.
Yeah.
Which
more
is,
of the after.
Yeah.
It's not the
But-
meal that makes you feel good; it's the after.
yeah,
Right.
But
The benefits.
and it's just like, oh, I love cucumbers, and it's like really like I'm like I don't really taste much when it comes to cucumbers, but like I like that I don't know. So anyway, moving on.
A lot of friendships start with food. I'm sure.
That's true.
True that.
Being in a rocking chair on a porch around sunset.
Wow.
Versus loud cheers in a movie theater. So if you're like seeing a movie, like one of those opening nights or something that's like got a lot of hype around it, and there's like a really big moment and people cheer. I'm thinking Captain America and the Hammer type situation, or Spider-Man
Darth
3.
Vader. Yeah.
Darth Vader. That
I remember that
in,
clearly.
Rogue One.
That was pretty
yeah,
epic.
that was pretty crazy. Versus being on a rocking chair on a porch around sunset.
Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Rocking
Movie
chair.
chairs.
You guys.
Movie chairs.
Sorry, movie cheers.
Moving chairs.
I was like, what?
I was like,
Rocking
Nate's
chair.
found a perfect system where he can just
Yes.
say 2 of the words from
It was
the
kind of-
choices, and then he can be like,
My
Max,
brain
which
way
clearly.
do you think
Yeah,
I
go
said?
this way.
Yeah.
That was clearly a manifestation of the struggle in my brain. It was both. No, movie
chairs.
cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. So Stace, you went for rocking chairs. Allie, what'd you go for?
Movie.
There
Movie.
you go.
I know. That's
Me
because
and-
Allie is
me
a
and Nate.
snacky
Me and Nate.
Allie is a snacky media boy
dude.
at heart, okay? So,
Stacey
you know what?
real
I
is.
know.
Stacy, you have no idea. Do you remember at all the last time that Allie was on during the Halloween episode? You
Did
and
I
her
lose
were
all of them?
you and her were
Me
on
and
a
you.
streak where
Oh,
you were,
that's
you were
right.
excluding
That's
Nate
right.
from
That's
every
right.
single
Dang
decision.
it.
Nate did not get like a single one, and he voted against you guys every single time, and you guys were just
Payback.
boom.
Even
Power-
at the end. The
You guys
end
did a
was
power
like, yes,
couple all the way
yes.
to the end, and
Yes.
it was
Unplanned. It was
unplanned.
mom power.
Well,
Yeah.
Allie's in her
So-
snacky media boy
Sure.
phase, okay?
So this
Unplanned.
is
No way with Nate.
what we call your comeuppance. Is what
Take
this
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Okay, next up.
Doesn't it feel great, Allie? Like we're really just fighting over you.
It's not over,
I
Nate.
love
It's
that.
not over. So.
It's not over.
If it was you two against
Yeah.
me, then
What really
No,
matters
yeah.
is the finals.
then I won't
okay?
come back.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I mean, whether or not Stacy and I match up, who cares? But me and Allie,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
that's
Until,
when it's-
until the guest is gone, and then
Yeah,
it's
then
all
I'm
about
like,
teaming up
Stace.
against me.
right,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
Okay.
Oh man.
Next up, we have breakfast burritos versus
Oh man.
when an artist plays your favorite song at a concert. So like,
Dang it.
I think for that one, it's
love that.
specifically like when you're
Yeah.
not necessarily expecting the song.
Maybe it's from an
to
older
be-
album or something.
Yeah, like it's like when you're like, oh, I know that they're gonna play these songs, but I don't know what else they're gonna play, and then they play your favorite song
Mhm.
at a concert.
Dang it. I
Versus breakfast
genuinely love both
burritos.
of those things. Like, I know it shouldn't be that hard, but
I love a breakfast.
Well, we'll find out what you combine this time, Nate. 3, 2, 1.
concert burritos.
Concert.
No.
Concert.
Concerts. Moving on.
Concert.
Not a breakfast burrito fan, Stace?
I am, but
Oh,
not.
okay. You
Not as
you
much
just
as
said
a good
it
concert.
so
I don't actually really,
decidedly
yeah, because I
that
don't
I
actually really
wanted to
eat
zero
breakfast
in on.
burritos.
Okay.
It's the tortilla that steers me away
The bread.
from the breakfast.
it's that low self-esteem that steers you.
Aw.
That's funny. It's the
Okay.
convincing I've done for years, actually.
There was a really good one in Rexburg called Gator Jacks. I think they're closed now, but
I remember that.
They have one
Okay,
like that
Jack.
here.
they had the best sauce ever, and I was so addicted to their breakfast burritos. It was such a problem.
What stage of life was this in for you?
Fat stage?
Okay.
this was when I was.
I thought you were going to say college, but
This
no.
No,
was-
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
specifically
I
asking.
knew what Stacey was asking.
I know.
I knew it was Stacey, and I knew what Stacey was asking me.
Which
This was
stage?
when I was very, very much like,
Which era?
yeah. I was like, I had a lot of disposable
That era.
income, and like
Oh,
50% of it went to DoorDash.
Okay.
So yes, great. Next up. Hearing a grandparent tell a fun story from when they were young versus
Cute.
making cool paper airplanes and having different competitions for them. So like distance or like how many loop-de-loops you can do, or I don't know, just building cool airplanes.
Locked in.
Locked.
3, 2, 1.
Grandparents.
That's nice.
Yeah, Nate.
Alli! Totally.
It's fine. Adam knew what I was talking about when I asked what phase he was in life.
Yeah,
okay, you guys.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was good.
Stacey, did you say airplanes?
Yeah, I used to do
Oh,
airplanes
nice.
with the kids I worked with.
I love
And
that.
so I have made some pretty
So I
cool
bet you're a
airplanes.
pro.
I've kept some airplanes.
We
that I
had an airplane book when I was a
Yes.
kid that like had all these specialty planes that you can make. That
Mhm.
some of them
The
were
book
really
fair?
hard. Like they required scissors and stuff, and like you had to make certain cuts and different like. Or,
you
or
sound
you
like
needed,
you're in 3rd grade still. You're like, they required scissors.
for
and
all
such.
intents and
Big kid
purposes,
scissors.
I am in 3rd grade still.
Yeah.
But there was one where you needed like an extra long piece, like it couldn't just be a standard like
Like an A11.
it had to be like a newspaper specifically or
Okay,
something, like,
right.
and there it was like crazy. Like we built it one time and we flew it all the way down the street, and it was just like
Oh my gosh.
blowing.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Incredible.
Whoa.
But
I love
concept.
I love paper.
No,
Or
it
I
was
guess-
grandparents.
Great
Okay,
parents.
Nate. It
yeah,
was
sorry.
grandparents.
I'm thinking of the last one. Yeah.
yeah.
We know who wants to win.
But I just
Yeah.
when I was a kid, it was something that the reason this came up is because I used to make thousands of them like in an afternoon, and then we would just throw them off the balcony, and then my
that's
parents
fun.
would get mad because we'd like have just wasted all of our
Notebooks.
paper. But
Yeah.
Yes.
it was so fun. Okay,
Wow.
Wow, what a memory.
yeah. Next up, we have the new clothes smell versus finding out people had a crush on you later when there's no pressure to reciprocate.
No pressure.
To reciprocate. That's very
Yeah, it's like
specific.
it's like, it's nice when it's like nice
yeah.
that people like nice to know that
years
you were
later,
wanted,
Yeah.
but it's like if that had happened while I was
Right.
like while they had the crush
Somebody
on
just
me,
told you that they liked you.
When it was
it would have
possible.
been very uncomfortable because it would have not been
Reciprocated.
So it's like
Okay.
when it was like it's like years and years down the line when someone's just like, yeah, huge crush on you when I first met
What
you.
a
And you're
weird
like,
episode to bring this up
Oh.
in, Adam.
what? Okay,
He doesn't
that's
get
a
it.
Are you gonna
joke.
say she
I was
had
like,
a crush on you?
I was like, no way.
I was right there with you, Alli. And Adam, such a terrified look on his face. He was like,
Yeah, he was like, "Stop
I
now!
just knew
Cut the
that was-
episode! Cut the
I just knew
recording!"
that wasn't true, so I was very much just like, what are you talking about?
such a weird time to bring this up.
All right, we've got new clothes smell versus
Okay.
finding out people had a crush on you later when there's no pressure.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Later
New
crush.
Clothes.
Oh man,
Later crush.
Later
Alli, we're still in it.
crush. Stacy, that laugh was so joyless.
I'm like, funny.
I don't like
This is
being on
great,
this
you
side.
guys. This is really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I actually have to go.
yeah, right. Exactly. My baby's crying. So.
Next up, we have doing that wave thing out the car window against the wind
Mhm.
versus bacon that is perfectly cooked and seasoned.
And seasoned.
Yeah, so it's
Mm.
cooked and seasoned to your liking.
Okay.
What do you season
So,
bacon with?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do
Maple?
Italian seasoning, and
Oh, maple.
I mean like
guess.
salt and pepper.
Oh, brown sugar. I've seen people do brown sugar.
Yeah.
I do enjoy maple bacon. I didn't when I was a
Yeah.
kid, but now I do.
Yeah.
Now it is something I like.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
3, 2, 1. Bacon.
Bacon.
Bacon. Woohoo.
Bacon.
Shout out to the weird wave thing out the car window.
Yeah, shout out.
It's a simple joy.
It is.
It is fun. That is fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Simple joy for sure. But man,
I'm thinking of Bug's Life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Emergency special bracket. We have chewy versus crunchy. You have to go one way or the other. Whatever you lean more towards. 3, 2, 1.
For what?
Bacon.
Crunchy.
Oh.
Crunchy.
Crunchy. Yeah.
Chewy for Allie, crunchy for all of us.
I actually like it both. I don't like one or the other.
Stacey?
Or is it possible to
I don't like one or the other, but I did vote. I said
middle.
Okay. I'm with you, Nate, right there. I don't like a bacon where it's like almost like a potato chip that's a piece of bacon.
No,
but I like it where it's like it's got a little bit of the crunch. I don't know. I need a little crunchiness,
especially if
to
the
it.
bacon. I actually don't mind sometimes where it is like crispy falling apart. Oh man.
I just don't.
I don't want.
Bits. I don't want to have to.
Yum.
I don't ever want to have to tug on my bacon. I want a bite to like do the job for me.
I don't want to tug on my bacon.
We'll edit.
What a
out.
sentence!
It's not a candy.
Yeah. This ain't no
Laffy Taffy.
No.
Oh, gosh.
That's fine.
Okay. Next up. Catching someone doing something nice when they think nobody is looking. Versus movies that you're excited to see in the actual theater. So like that you're actually excited to go and see in the theater. Because I feel like that's a rare one for me where there's not a lot of movies that get me out to the movie theater nowadays.
Right.
Like just recently with Wicked, that was one that I was like, that's one that I've wanted to see. And other than that, there's just not been a whole ton. But that versus random acts of kindness when people think that nobody's looking.
Ready.
3, 2, 1. Movie
Random
theater.
acts. Oh,
finally,
Nate and
jeez.
Stacy, finally.
It's
finally.
I'm the saint. Okay.
Barely.
Yeah.
I'm the saint.
All that means, Allie, is that you are clearly the
Am
best
I
of us.
better than everybody?
I think I'm just like, yeah.
I do love
when
that.
I see my kids like do something nice.
Yeah.
And like they're not doing it to like,
Yeah.
Mom, look this, but they're just like being nice to another kid. You're like,
Yeah. I really love seeing stuff like that where it's like, I think that's the heart of it too, is just like, you know that someone's not doing this because, everyone's going to think I'm great for doing this.
or they're filming or something.
Yeah. Or somebody's filming, or it's like, where it's just like, that was a genuine kindness from somebody that like they weren't doing that for any sort of validation.
Yeah.
I like that. So, okay. And the final round of this bracket, we have finding a pristine public bathroom in an emergency.
That makes it then less.
That's an important
pristine.
part of this.
Yeah. You've got to go now, and you like stumble into a bathroom, and it is
and you're like,
so nice.
Good.
Stay
it's
a
just
while.
like the nicest like stalls all the way to the floor kind of a thing. Like it's
no
just
cracks in the doorway.
Yeah, it's just
clean.
You're like, I'm going to make myself comfortable.
Yeah. It's like it smells good. And you're like,
take the
there's
large
no way
stall, thank you
that
very much.
Versus, and now after that reaction, this one's almost only for Allie. Beating a tough level in a video game after a long time of trying. But I don't even know if Allie's gonna go for that one now, but that's the matchup right there. Pristine public
a nice bathroom. Okay. Wow.
I think
knew
when it's
we'd
an
be
emergency,
voting
though,
on
you're just going
bathroom.
for whatever's close.
That's what I was thinking, Allie. That's the least time that you care how nice.
That's what I was going to say.
That's
is
like,
when it's an emergency.
That's like the extra blessing of it. Like when it's not an emergency, you're like, I can shop around a bit, or I can wait until I know that I'm getting, when it's not an emergency, you can be like, I can wait for a good bathroom. You know? But when it's just like, if this is an emergency, I need to go right now. And then you just like,
porta potty.
Like when you deserve to not have a nice bathroom, but you get one. Anyways,
I know. Usually, if it's that kind of emergency,
that, Adam?
When you hunt it out. When you're like, I know they have nice bathrooms at this rest stop.
No. When do you not deserve a nice bathroom?
When do you not deserve it? When you put it off.
Never.
Like for when you're like,
or you're going to ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah.
When you had a chance.
That's why I think it's worse that it's pristine and it's an emergency.
As much as I love all this toilet talk here.
Winning a video game. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Video game.
We talked about that for way too long.
Just because you guys don't want to besmirch a public bathroom.
Yes, and that was a word I have never heard, but I like it.
Wow. What an upset. I was so convinced.
We're going to call that an upset, huh?
I think it was unanimous.
What's the last video game you played?
The video game one?
Unanimous. Yeah.
I don't play any video games.
Exactly.
But
that's why
I can think of like the guitar Rock Band. Like that would be exciting if oh my gosh, I got Heart. I passed this song on Heart.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
And we're going to go take a little break and play some Rock Band. And we will be right back.
Yeah.
And welcome back, rock and roll fans. We have beat everything on Expert.
That was crazy.
Fun fact, Alli is actually an expert at Rock Band.
That's true.
Alli, have you beat songs on Expert? Have you passed songs
That's
on
all
Expert?
I play, Stacy.
Oh, you still
Alli,
play it?
I think there's a little something on your shoulder there. You might need to brush it off there.
Yeah. Do you still play it?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Well, I do on Fortnite.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Fortnite? Yeah, this is a whole tangent. Yeah, Fortnite.
Oh, really?
And so now you can play Rock Band for free on Fortnite.
That's pretty dope, actually.
Yeah,
it is dope.
Actually, my buddy and I were talking when we traveled down to a Boise State game, and it was in Vegas, and we were just walking around the Strip one of the nights we were there, and we watched a live band, and we got on this huge tangent of playing music and learning music and or whatever. And we just talked about as a kid playing Guitar Hero, and he's like, I still have it. And I was like, wait, do we need to have a Guitar Hero night? And he's like, duh.
Duh.
Yeah.
Dadoy.
Dadoy.
So I'm jealous that this is something you do on the regular here.
Me too, actually.
It was one of those games I got really snobby about because I was just like, I play real instruments. And
I remember that.
What it really was that I sucked at Garage or not Garage Band, at Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
Yeah.
I was so bad at it, and it was just very frustrating to me that I wasn't naturally good at it.
I can just see Adam pulling out his real guitar while people are playing.
I'm gonna go play
real
music.
In the corner.
Guys.
Have you guys heard me play this?
I'd play this song real life.
Yeah. No, but I was just bad at it, and so it was just a very frustrating game for me because I was like, I should be good at this, but
just picture the dancing games, and you're good at dancing games and you're good at dancing.
Sure.
So
yeah.
You can have it both ways, but you just don't.
I don't know.
But you don't.
Anyway,
sorry.
We're moving on to round 2, guys.
Yeah, we were almost speeding through this.
Cruising right along.
Sorry, Stacy.
We're still kind of cruising through. It says 40 minutes on the call. It's actually only at 30 minutes right now because we had 10 minutes of pre-show time.
Waiting.
We're doing great.
Chill out, Stacy.
First up, we have building something really cool with Legos versus loud cheers in a movie theater?
These are going to be fun to vote for.
Great.
I didn't vote for either of these.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Nate and Allie agreed. Okay.
Ready.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Movie cheers.
Theater.
Cheers.
Yes.
I like that. It's good. Those are videos that if they pop up on when I'm doom scrolling late into the evening, if those pop up, I will watch them all the way through, even if I've seen the movie 1,000 times, just because the movie theater cheers, like they just give me goosebumps.
Does anybody like have a movie theater near them that does like retro movies or like theme movies or anything like that?
I think maybe I do. I don't know. I haven't.
So there's a movie theater, the Egyptian. It's like this retro, gorgeous movie theater, super cool, Egyptian themed, and they do like retro movies. And they're like, when in those movies, they're like, look, if you're here to like be silent and enjoy the movie, this is not for you because we cheer for the heroes and we boo the villains. So that's the vibe we want. And oh my gosh, it is. I went to I think I went to Back to the Future. I went to Ferris Bueller, and both of those were so much fun. It was such a blast.
That's super fun.
So that's what it's reminding me of, and it's a blast.
And it's Egyptian themed. Love it.
Oh yeah, no, it is. They also have like concerts and like other stuff there. It's like seriously one of the coolest places in Boise. It's very fun.
Take a trip.
Let's go. We might.
That's what I'm saying.
We might. Well, no, I for sure am. Stacy. Okay, we have when an artist plays your favorite song at a concert versus hearing a grandparent tell a fun story from when they were young.
Ooh, locked in.
Locked.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Grandparent.
Stacy.
Favorite song?
We got.
Allie,
favorite
I think
song.
you are the best of us, actually.
I love that. Also,
We had
I just have cool grandparents.
yeah.
We had a cool thing that happened at the John Mayer concert.
Yes, I was going to ask you, Adam, like what you had in mind, and if that was one that
that was it for sure. I think I can't remember. Was it? It was either something like Olivia, or it was it was a different one.
It was
Love is a Verb.
It was Love is a Verb.
Yeah. Yes, I love that song so
wasn't
much.
that the one where the guy did? It was like a random song roulette or whatever.
Someone held up a sign that said song request, and then it had an A, B, or C, and they were all covered up. All the responses were covered up, and they held it up for John Mayer, and he's like,
I've never seen this before.
He's like, I've never seen this.
to.
I have to do this. And he had the song request, and he's like, I'm gonna go with B or something. I can't remember which one it was. And she lifted it up, and it was Love is a Verb, which is
and Adam passed out.
It's one of my. It was like I was looking at the set list for the show, and I was like, if only he played that song. It was that song and Something Like Olivia that I was like, man, I wish he would play those songs. Something Like Olivia, he just busted it out just cause. Like there was it was just a random song that he added to the set list that night. And then that one was a song request, and it just happened to be out of 3 multiple choices that he chose.
Wow.
Love is a Verb, and I was just,
I
was freaking out.
Remember as we were driving over, Adam's like, man, it would have been really cool if he had played Love is a Verb. Or like he like looking at the set list from the previous.
Yeah.
And so when they lifted up, Adam literally like melted into the chair. It was
there was
the
a
best
random
thing I've ever seen.
There was a random mom that was sitting next to us that like we had just barely like talked to before the concert. And when I started
like, grabbed
freaking out,
his arm
she like grabbed me and she was like rubbing my back and she's like, "Oh, I'm so happy for you." And I was just like, this is a great interaction.
It was so funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
that could be one of the stories that you tell your grandkids.
And that's what I'll tell my grandkids.
Yeah. When Third Eye Blind played Narcolepsy at their show this summer, I almost died. I was like, I don't know if they're gonna play it, but they did, and it was
it's always like the deeper tracks that you're just like, I don't know, like
the not
probably not. It's my favorite, but you know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I've only been to like 2 concerts, so
Yeah. Hey, same.
Shout out to grandparents though.
Shout out.
Love 'em.
Yeah. I really enjoy just hearing random like stories because it's just like it's crazy to see like what life was like for them when they were like, because it's just things have advanced so much in the last 100 years in a way that I don't
30
think
or 50 years
ever,
even.
yeah, in a way that I don't think they ever have throughout history. Like,
right,
we were at a standstill for like 1,000 years, and then like
Chris's grandpa was a rancher, so like,
yeah,
to hear those stories, you're just like, this is insane.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And now he's just like this guy. You're like,
he's just this guy.
I mean, like, you're just like,
he's like
sitting with his iPad. You're like, what the heck?
Like grandparents love iPads.
Yeah, they do.
They love iPads.
They love them.
They
do.
They love taking
primary
pictures with
demographic. Yes.
Oh my gosh, my grandparents got iPads like the moment they came out, and that's like the identifier of them. Is like my grandparents and their iPads at church.
I gifted I gifted an iPad to my mom, and it's all she uses for anything.
My mom is going to die on her Android phone hill when the rest of us all have iPhones, but she will also die on her iPad hill. She loves her iPad, and she's like,
she has an iPad and an Android.
Yes, yes. No, and she's like, oh, I want to FaceTime. Let me get my iPad. I'm just like, oh my, just.
I know.
You know, it's a smaller
That's
iPad.
Funny.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
It's so funny. Anyway,
moving on. See you never, old people. Where you guys voted him out. It wasn't me.
Wow.
Alli didn't.
Alli didn't. Okay. Finding out people had a crush on you later when there's no pressure versus bacon that is perfectly cooked and seasoned.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Bacon.
Crush. Alli.
Take that.
I've never had an experience where I found relief in knowing later that someone had a crush on me.
You would like to know. You would like to know all.
I've never found that. I've never had that experience.
No one's ever been like, "Oh, I had a crush on you a long time ago." No,
Stacy, I had a big crush on you.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
And aren't you relieved that now that she's married, there's no
finally off my chest?
See that?
I guess that's true in like a couple friendships where I didn't know my friends were lesbians, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure they had a crush on me. So I guess that's the only instance where I'm like, that's a relief. I didn't know.
Like, that makes sense.
That is a very unique but
that's
still
the
relevant
only
twist on
time
that.
I would be like, oh, geez. Yeah.
No, like I feel like it's almost just like a compliment. It's just like,
it is.
Oh yeah, like I had a crush on you, and it's just kind of like,
it's the most flattering and sincere of compliments.
Totally.
But if it's told in
without
the moment,
pressure,
then it is also like,
it's not like, oh, do you like me back?
Stacey, you've definitely had people who have revealed feelings for you that you felt that pressure. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Where you're like, oh, this ruins everything.
But I also have been fine being like, yeah, I don't like you like that.
Just moving on.
I guess I'm talking to the wrong person because you don't feel social pressure. So
not in that way. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Okay.
Moving right along to the last of the Elite 8.
Nice.
Movies that you're excited to see.
Oh, wait. No, this is the final 4. Oh, this is the last of the Elite 8. Sorry.
Would you like to correct me as I'm staring directly at the bracket, Nate?
No. I thought you said we're moving on to the Elite 8. And I was just like, wait, what?
Oh.
Pay attention.
Yeah. Sorry. Let me listen better.
Movies that you're excited to see in the actual theater versus beating a tough level in a video game after a long time of trying.
Voted that one through after
I think it worked better
option. Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Movie.
Video game.
Yeah.
I tried to help
Allie
you,
is
Adam.
going video game.
Hey, it's fine. It was one of those ones.
I like it.
It was one of those ones that I wrote down
Cute.
that I was just like, that's going nowhere. But
the fact that
it's one of my favorite things. Yeah.
I feel like that's my whole bracket. I'm like, this isn't going anywhere, but they have to.
Yeah.
Which boss?
I'm extremely excited for how far it has come. Okay.
No, I remember like as a, not even just like the long time of trying. Actually, no, it was more frustrating when you'd spend so much time on it and then you would just leave and not touch it, even for like a couple of weeks, and then you come back and beat it immediately, and you're like, well, okay.
Okay, here we go into our final four, and this is for those just joining the podcast for the first time. This is where it gets really good. This is
Very good. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Your listening will pay off.
We have loud cheers in a movie theater versus when an artist plays your favorite song at a concert.
Oh, flip. This is getting good.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Pay attention.
Three,
I agree.
2, 1. Favorite song.
Favorite song. That was a unanimous right there. Unanimous.
Yeah,
In
I
the
don't
final
actually
four.
really love when people cheer in the theater.
Yeah,
That sounds like a Stacy.
It's a very specific.
No, Stacy. Here's the thing: is
my
I agree
face.
with
Don't
you,
bug me.
except for like
It just feels so cheesy. Like I'm just like, come on, guys. Like
it's a very specific.
The movie can't hear you.
Yeah, see, that's why. Like I'm just like, okay.
Well, you're not cheering for them like in a way where
you're cheering for the outcome.
It's just like a
group.
I'm so overcome with emotions that I have to be like, yes! It's like Avengers Endgame was a big one for me. Spider-Man 3 was another, and not Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Specifically. Those were two where there
that
was
movie
just like,
was like built to manufacture movie cheers.
Essentially, yeah. It was a lot of fan service, but hey, sometimes that's exactly.
See, those are the movies that you. That's fair. Those aren't the movies that I'm like dying to see in the theaters, especially on like opening night when all the hardcore fans are cheering in the theaters.
That's where I want to be. That's where I want to be. Speaking of which, we have movies that you're actually excited to see in the theater. Versus finding out people had a crush on you later when there's no pressure.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Crush.
Movies.
Yes.
Man, Stacy's really trying to vote that one down, and
nice.
it is.
Like,
I've tried to vote a lot down, and I am not.
Hey, next episode, Stacy, you and me, we're locked in.
We are.
This is A, this is B, this is C. We're taking Nate down.
Okay.
I love it.
Stacy just says skip.
Yeah.
All right. We have the final two right here.
This is it.
Ooh, this is a tough one.
When an artist plays your favorite song at a concert versus finding out people had a crush on you later when there's no pressure.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Favorite song.
Ah.
Wait. What did you say?
Stacy, what'd you say?
Song. We said song.
Okay.
It was songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crush.
Allie said crush.
Allie said crush?
She
yes.
did, yeah.
Wait, did Nate say crush?
No, I said song.
Oh, okay. That's where I was confused. I thought Nate said crush and then Allie said crush. And I was like, you guys' reactions are different from what I thought. Yeah. When an artist plays your favorite song at a concert, fantastic. What a great win.
Just a specific fan.
That's fair.
It's so good.
It's just so exciting to like, especially when you're just like, oh, they're just not gonna. When you just don't think it's gonna happen, and then.
But honestly, like even if your song is like a hit, just to like see it played live, like
that's fair.
Man, when I saw so there's this band, Bombay Bicycle Club. I saw them a couple of months ago. Like, their biggest hit is like what drew me into them, and I loved the rest of their stuff. But to see them play their big hit, I was just like, wow, this is everything. So love it.
Well, it's something I love too, Nate. And on that, we can relate.
Indeed we can.
What an ep, you guys. What a sode. What a thick sode.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. No, Adam, I'm genuinely amazed. Like, not that just like your favorite things, but like you have so many great favorite things. Like, I'm glad that you continue to write them down. And
I've got a real zest for life, as some might
you
call
do. No, like she's like, oh, do you?
News to me.
She's like, all right, hey, you calm down.
I'm real
like, I think
happy.
Just coming.
I love life.
I was just like talking with somebody like just about like writing down these things, and I just remember how daunting it felt like initially to have 32 or whatever.
Yeah,
and then like still going this strong, and you still have so many great things. So
famously, both of you guys, I think, were very concerned about how long we would be able to sustain this.
It's true.
And I've still got quite a few things on my list, although I am having to delete some as we go on because people are sniping them right off the list. But
no longer good things.
I mean, well, it's just like someone will say something and I'm like, oh, that was like just said in the last episode. And I'm like,
honestly, I just added a couple to mine as you were saying.
Did you? Well, there you go. Beautiful. That's it for this episode. If you want to catch us on social media, you can catch Stacy at StaceFace886. Please, if you follow anyone here, follow Stacy.
Okay, that's nice of you to say.
No,
you know what's so annoying?
Stacey's
I'll get like 2 followers and then lose the 2 followers. It's like I cannot get above 946. I can't.
The thing is that Stacy is the one that's going out there and she's putting in the work every day.
That's what I was gonna say. She's the one to follow, and you'll get a lot out of your followers.
You will.
Nice.
Like if you follow anybody, it's gonna be Stace886 or Health Coach Stacy G.
Yes.
Just fantastic accounts. She's
so much. Wow.
She's putting up the content that the people want.
Thank you.
We're gonna be combining on a couple of sketches real soon, me and Stacy. So keep your eyes open. You're gonna want to follow well before that, so it goes directly into your feed. Next on our list, go ahead and follow Alli Brock at Brock Alli Photography. Correct?
Brock Alli
or Brock Alli personal account.
Either.
Broccoli.
Either of those. Follow her. She's amazing at photography. Another worth the follow.
Except I like never post.
Third on the list, you can follow.
I was gonna say I can relate to that.
You can follow Fighting Favorites. That's third on the list. Go over to Fighting Favorites on Instagram or on TikTok and just give us a good old follow. We'll put some reels up there so you can get that exclusive video content that you're looking for.
Wow.
And fourth on the list, follow C. Adamar. That's my personal account. And then fifth on the list, right down below, don't even follow him, is Nate Van Roosendaal.
Wow.
And
just
it's
below, don't even follow
not
him?
because he has less value. It's because he's got his head on straight and he cares less about it.
That's true.
Post, I think, for the 3rd time this year.
Whoa.
Which
because
I know
you have a girlfriend, he's posting his new update
No,
status.
I was thinking, I was like, it actually might only be the 2nd time. But I was like, I should probably post to like let people know I'm still alive. So it's going to be like a little like year in review favorite picks type thing. So
I like that.
Proof of life.
You have a very interesting last name.
Proof of life post. Yeah.
Yeah. I've messed up Nate's last name quite a few times. So
I can't believe you have a double A.
Yeah, but you can follow him at Nate Van Roosendaal. Well,
no, you can follow me at the Nate Van.
At the Nate Van.
Yeah,
that's correct. I was just checking to see if you're still paying attention, Nate.
I'm locked in.
Well, we talked about a lot of my favorite things this week, but you know what my favorite thing is? It's just absolutely ruining and besmirching a public restaurant. One of our worst sign-offs. We'll see you next time on Fighting Favorites. Bye. Tell your friends about our show. Whew. Just wanted to get that in before you turned off the episode. Just turn to someone nearby and play a little game called Have You Ever Listened to Fighting Favorites? And a couple weeks pass, and before you know it, you're both just laughing and gabbing away about the latest episode. What I'm really offering is a chance to emotionally connect with that person. You're welcome. Also, please submit your favorite things to fightingfavorites@gmail.com. You could give us one thing, a whole list, and we'll put it on our show. Also, go ahead and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, pretty much anywhere you are doing social media these days. And you can follow us on Reddit too, at r/fightingfavorites, and have discussions with other people about the podcast or just about some of your favorite things. And while you've got your phone out, go ahead and follow us on your podcast app, and you can get the episode directly downloaded into your feed. Leave us a review on Spotify, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, and if you write a review on Apple Podcasts, be sure to include your favorite thing in the review, and we'll see if it has what it takes to battle it out against other people's favorite things on our Fighting Fridays poll. That's it. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.